Ooh, welcome. I love the way this header looks. It's just fantastic. Anyway, time to start the harvest. Okay, so I am going to do some myself and set up the worker after that to do some as well. Okay, so let's see how we're going as far as the worker is concerned. Do we want to just go once around? Okay, so now one thing I am going to need is what am I doing? I am going to need a baler now, but we don't seem to be getting. Why are we not getting this? Am I missing something? Is the setting so I don't see the lines? No, the lines are there. Okay. Now we seem to see the lines. Beautiful. I love this combine. Alright, so I'll do a bit of a time lapse to start up with. As you can see, we've started to get our third field up and going over there, and we'll get into that as we go along. So let's have some fun. See, map, when you're doing fields of this size, I always wish that you could have bale selection where you can choose the. I have a mod that supposedly is letting me choose the capacity of each bale, but I don't seem to figure out how to do it, or it's not working on this particular mod that I'm using, or baler that I'm using, and hence I can't choose anything. So we'll be trying to get rid of the bales off the field, because as we know, the combine will turn around and start going up and down. And if we have these bales here, okay. Oh, this is not going to be fun. So what I'm going to do is just unload it right here. Go and collect that. So we can only pick up 6 bales at a time. That's ridiculous. I mean, talk about unrealistic on the other side, if you know what I mean. I mean, surely a trailer this size would be able to carry a lot more than 6 bales. I've seen Grant Gilbert or Hilbert, I think it is, with a ute. They were carrying more than 6 bales. And it don't matter because I don't have the cash to go and buy another trailer. So this is it. This is it as far as bales are concerned. Now it looks like we're going to have to be unloading the combine. So we'll get that going in a minute. Okay, so we'll leave you here because we do need to carry one more. Lucky the trailer that we got in the cells had a larger than average capacity. Now, anybody that watches my series knows that there's certain things that I don't stick to as far as just the norm that comes with the game, and trailers is one of them. Now in this series, obviously I can't choose my trailer, so I would have had to buy whatever trailer comes the closest to whatever I needed to do. So this wasn't by choice that I picked up this particular one, but it was just by the way it came up. So we got ourselves a couple of tractors. We got ute. I mean, this would be nice for 300,000. Not in the foreseeable. This would have also been a-okay, but not at this stage. This would have been nice as well, but I could have gone around, but I don't like round bales. Actually, it's one thing that I wonder. So 770. Okay, so it's just the first one that's 700. The rest is back to its normal price. Okay, I was gonna say, can you buy more than one? So what is this? Hey, this would also have been nice. But, so what do we need? 164. So, you know what? If it's still around, we'll deal with that later. What I'm gonna do is oh, there's my trees. I've cut a couple of trees. As you can see, this is the way the field is gonna sort of go. So we do have a little bit of work to do here. I'm going to drive this up because pretty soon I'm going to find myself that it needs to unload again. So yeah. Gotta be backing off because I hope the tractor's gonna be staying back enough. Got a funny feeling he's gonna go right in. Yeah, that way maybe push it up a little bit and give it a bit more space as it's turning around. Because as you know, the combine does tend to fiddle around when it turns around. It does tend to go a little bit up, up, down, up and down, up and down. And obviously, the worker doesn't seem to comprehend, hey, stay back, let him do his thing. Imagine if I would have spent all the money and we didn't have money to pay the worker. Oh, that wouldn't have been nice. Now, I still haven't heard what the rules are for production. The only thing that I can remember is from the last series, where Daggerwin said that this times the production is just going to be smaller production, none of those really like top end production. Oh, not going to work, is it? No, it's not going to work. Well, I'm happy that that's doing good. We won't worry about this. We'll worry about this now. I'm going to have to look for a bigger trailer, no doubt about it. And sadly, or whatever the word is, you can't just go into the shop and say, I'll pick this one. It doesn't work like that. And this is the end of it, but I do have a section right here, and I'm going to try and sort of stick to stick to the same areas, because I don't want to have to come back and go into, when I carry the bales, to be looking for the bales all over the place. Look at the bushes. The bushes are bigger than the truck. I hate that. I mean, in reality, the truck should be far bigger than, not that there isn't bushes that are bigger than the truck, but it just dwarfs the truck, doesn't it? Something has to be done a little bit different here. Where's the combine? Where is he the one sitting there? Did he get confused, or is he just waiting for the combine to do whatever the combine is to do? Okay, seems like it got confused. So obviously it's going to now be backtracking on some of the stuff that I did. It doesn't seem to be able to, the worker doesn't seem to comprehend, hey, it's been harvested. So it looks, I'm not sure what it's doing. Is he going to come back or what? Oh, it's the little turns. It's the little turns that the combine seems to want to do all the time. guys gonna get sick of me tabbing between this equipment that's here. Okay, let's go. We need to empty the combine. So we got 30,000 liters plus whatever's in the combine from just going around once. So it'd be about 37, 38,000 liters, I assume, something of that nature. Whoa, slow down, buddy. You're gonna smash into. I wonder where the worker started to pick up from the looks of it. It's still thinking, but it's still harvesting something. Come on. Oh, look at this, the truck is spinning. Maybe we'll put most of the weight at the front. And that way it should make it work a lot better. Hopefully. I honestly don't know if the baler is actually stuck or it's actually just confused or it's waiting for the combine to be emptied. So we got what, 40,000 liters from going around once. Oh, come on. Wow, this truck is really struggling. Even though from a horsepower perspective, it should have plenty of horsepower. Either that or there's something wrong with the terrain here because everything seems to be stuck here. Okay, let's just see what this guy's doing. I knew that he got stuck. There must be something here that is creating this. What exactly? I don't know, but all my equipment seems to be struggling on this side. Look at it. It might be the way the terrain is placed here that the tractors don't seem to like it. So I'm hoping that when we go here, it will be a-okay again. So I'll go and catch up with the combine and set my follower to follow the combine, and then we'll see if we can come out and maybe I'm gonna need to come and play around with leveling this field a little bit here because it does seem to create issues there. It's funny, the combine didn't seem to have a problem, but the tractors seem to struggle, and that's where my what was it, the Fendt that I have? Oh, I think I have a Fendt. That's where it seemed to struggle. I thought it was the tractor there, but it seems to me that there's probably something there that's causing these issues. I don't think I have a stump because I couldn't find a stump in there. I would assume if I would have had a stump, we would have figured it out when we plowed or cultivated this field. Okay, let's see. Can I? It's funny, now all of a sudden it works. I don't know. It really, really, really kind of makes me wonder what's going on here. It definitely cannot be the horsepower because the horsepower is definitely there on my truck, right? 600 horsepower, so that should be plenty. But as you saw, the wheels were just spinning. Now, is it too much weight? But a lot of the weight is at the front, so I don't know if the game actually can differentiate for that, but yeah. I think from memory, we had to wait for it about almost at the other end, so we'll park it. I'll park it about here. Okay, we don't want you, we want him. Now I'm curious to see if now when we go with the trailer, is it going to have the same problems or not? Well, this is our first harvest. Just reminded me myself. Just remembered right now. This is the first harvest on this map. It feels funny because I'm watching Daggerwin, and because we started in the same place, it feels like I've already done a harvest, but I didn't do a harvest daily. Right. Let's go, 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 go. I like this tractor. I really, really like this tractor. It has the ridiculous 1,000 something horsepower, but I don't actually think. I used to do a little bit of modifying mods in 17, 19, I think 19 is the last one that I did. And I used to go in and say, hey, give this tractor X amount of horsepower, but it didn't really make any difference, and I don't think it makes any difference, because I think you need to modify more than just whatever it says there that it has horsepower wise. Hey, this tractor has X amount of horsepower. I don't think it actually works like that. I think you're supposed to change something else other than, like I said, just purely the horsepower that. And because I only used to go in and change the horsepower, I don't think it actually made any difference. I learned to the trailers after a while, because I used to go in, and if a trailer had, say, I don't know, 20,000 liters or whatever, and it was a big trailer, I used to put it up to 200,000 liters or 50,000 or 90,000, something like that. And then I realized that sometimes the tractor was struggling. So then I learned that in some cases, you not only had to go and change the capacity, but you have to change the weight of. I'm not quite sure how the modding worked, but it had something to do with the weight, because if it was calculated that at 10,000 liters it had X amount of weight, if you just up the capacity to say 200,000 liters, and you didn't lower the weight or whatever was calculated, you'd load it up, but nothing would be able to carry it, because you would work out the weight being so high that you just literally you wouldn't be able to carry. No truck or tractor would be able to pull it. So you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Probably should put speed on. So then I learned how to sort of play around with the speed a little bit, with the weight, and that kind of helped. But it did help, obviously. But yeah, I don't think I was actually doing everything spot on. Sometimes there'd be issues. So it kind of interested me for a while to learn how to do it, but then I kind of just gave up. And yeah, that's hats off to all the modders that go through all these to create. Some of the mods that you see out there that the modders create are unbelievable. The maps that we play and that we take for granted, they're unbelievable. But we sort of just get used to it that they're there, and we don't comprehend that they're not necessarily always going to be there, and that somebody actually puts out a lot of time and a lot of effort into making sure that we have them. That makes sense? I think it makes sense. I see people complaining about modders and whinging and whining and carrying on, which I always find a bit unbelievable. You're getting something for free that somebody puts in hours upon hours upon hours. I mean, like I said, the only few bits that I learned how to do, and it was so time consuming. You wouldn't believe it. Imagine that somebody sits there and does a whole map. Imagine somebody created just this map that doesn't really have a lot of buildings and all that sort of stuff. Just the fact that he has to come in and do all the hills and all that sort of stuff. You cannot sort of appreciate it unless you've done a little bit of that stuff yourself. And then some people, even then, they don't appreciate it because they have that mentality that somehow they deserve it, or they, you know. But yeah, I find it amazing that somebody would create a map and just hand it out to people for free to play. It's just, yeah, it's just amazing. Unless there's a way that they make money that I'm not aware of. But yeah, it's just amazing to me. Anyway, what is it? Oxygen David used to create some fantastic maps. I'm not quite sure if he still creates maps at the moment or not. And there was a few that created maps that were fabulous. But yeah, I don't know if they still do. A lot of the times when I play, Black Sheep Modding used to create maps. Oh, you're kidding. Again, we're struggling. And, you know, Black Sheep Mod used to do some awesome equipment as well. You know, if you looked at some of the maps that Black Sheep Modding created, it's just unbelievable. You know, you think to yourself, wow, you know, this is all for free. These people are not making money from, well, again, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't believe they were making money. Anyway, on this bombshell, I think we'll end this episode here. It's getting a bit long. And we'll continue our harvesting, or we'll finish up our harvesting into the next episode. So thank you very much for spending some of your time with me. Have a wonderful day wherever you are around the world. God bless you and your family. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.